guidance for portion control is huge, no pun intended, because believe it or not, as the obesity epidemic in America continues to rocket forward with catastrophic consequences for the individuals that are affected by it and for this country as a whole, we all need to be more vigilant and more diligent in controlling our portions, because here are the facts. Do you know, scientifically, for virtually every food we have looked at, served both at home and in the restaurants, the portion size has dramatically increased over the last 30 years. How much so? If you cleaned your plate in the early 70s and you continue to do it today, you're consuming on average double the number of calories. Think about it. When I was a little girl, if occasionally when we went to a fast food restaurant like Hardee's, the French fries came in this tiny little paper bag and you had to share them with your sibling. Now if you take your child through McDonald's drive-thru or any other fast food drive-thru, which I hope you don't do very often, they get this big old huge carton of fries and there's like another big handful that already fell out that's in the bottom of the bag. When I was a little girl, cookies were bite-sized, and now you can go into the mall and they have cookies the size of serving platters. So it's absolutely ridiculous. This is one of the most completely bizarro aspects of American culture. I mean, we're real freakazoids when it comes to this. There's no other country that serves portions like we do. And let me tell you why learning to control your portions is so critical. And what I tell people is, given this craziness of these big portions that are just everywhere, your chances of living in America and not being proactive in controlling your portions and trying to maintain your weight, your chances of maintaining your weight without controlling your portions is like, I can assure you, less than 10%. Portion control needs to transcend all of your eating behavior. I will give you specifics in just a bit, but let me let you know why we are living in such a high-risk situation here. And that is because of this. For 99.5% of the time that humans roamed the earth, they were hunter-gatherers, right? And starvation and famine was the rule of the day. So when your hunter-gatherer ancestors found any food and ate or ate all the food and any food in their midst, they had a survival advantage. So that behavioral trait of being a pig, of being a glutton, was basically selected out for, and it's in all of us. So you just need to accept the fact. Quit feeling guilty about it. It is normal, innate human behavior to eat all of the food in our midst. That is what we do. But what that behavioral reality should mean to you, and what you've got to grasp, is it means that you need to constantly be thinking about portion control, meaning it needs to pop into your mind, top of mind, without any conscious effort. And trust me, you can train yourself to do this in 2 weeks. So the bottom line is, anytime you're doing anything related to food, especially mealtime, when you're serving your plate, when you're ordering your food, when you're preparing your food, you're thinking, and control your portions. I'm Ann. And control your portions. And I know that you can do this because it happens to me, and I train myself in a matter of a couple of weeks. The good news is, studies are showing that if you do this, we have one study that found that folks that did this increased their chances of long-term successful weight maintenance 5-fold compared to people that didn't. So you say, okay, Dr. Ann, I get it. I see it's really important for me to be able to control my portions. Otherwise, I'm guaranteed to get fat if I live in America, and that's true. But you got to give me more guidance to that. Like, what is enough? And here are a couple of things, and I think this is the best thing I've ever come up with. I actually read it somewhere else, so I didn't come up with it. And it's fair game, though, to take advice from others. And that is, when you are sitting down to eat your meals, okay, you're sitting down to eat your meals, get the fruits and vegetables out. They don't count. Get them out of the picture. They do not count in portion control, because the reality is the more of them you eat, the skinnier you're going to be. So get them out. But once you remove all the fruits and vegetables that you're going to consume at that meal, the rest of the food should fit into your 2 hands cupped together. That is the best, most reliable, user-friendly visual guide I have ever come across. And the reason it's such a brilliant tip is because guess what? If you cup your 2 hands together, that is the approximate capacity of your stomach. And we know from our studies, if you put that much solid food into your stomach. It will be enough. It takes about 20 minutes to kick in, maybe 30 for maximal effects. It will be enough to cut off the appetite centers to the point that you are not hungry, you don't care about eating any more food. You may not be stuffed and full, but that's a miserable feeling. But you will be what we call comfortably sated. Okay? So remember that. Get the fruits and vegetables out of the picture. The rest of the food, all right? So if you're going to be having, let's say, some sliced apples and a tossed salad, they don't count. Get them out. But your, chicken breast and your brown rice should fit into your two hands cupped together. Another great tip for more so for giving you perspective amongst different foods and portion control is when you look at your plate, ideally, half of it should be filled with fruits and vegetables, 1/4 filled with protein, preferably lean protein, and the other quarter filled with some kind of healthy starch, hopefully beans or whole grains. And many people find that a very helpful tip. A couple of the little quickies. Always pre-plate your food. We know that we eat more if we eat directly out of a box or bag. That's a real high-risk activity. And downsize your dinnerware. This is amazing. In fact, this is another freaky thing. Do you know, if you go to an antique store and look at the size of the standard dinner plates from 1900, they're like tiny things. They're like the size of our dessert plates now. They were so little compared, and now we have them like this big. So downsize your dinnerware. I eat all of my lunches, and many of my dinners on a 6-inch plate. And the studies show, no question about it, you will feel more satisfied yet eat less if you use smaller bowls and plates and even forks and spoons and things like that. So I hope this provided you with some good, solid, reliable guidance for reining in your portion sizes of what you eat, because again, I think your chances of maintaining a healthy body weight like me in America without doing it are slim to none, and your body weight is one of the most powerful predictors of your chances of future good or bad health. So until next time, this is Dr. Ann for ICU. Remember, you are the only one that can make you healthy, so take charge of your health.